Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair. Book number 1, lesson number 2. And in this lesson, we will learn about Ismul Ishara, that is called dhalika. And we will learn one particle, which is basically particle of connection, which is used to connect two nouns or two verbs or two sentences. So we will learn about dhalika and we will learn about wa. Okay, what about the previous lesson? In the previous lesson, lesson number 1, we learned about Ismul Ishara, one Ismul Ishara. Do you remember the name of that demonstrative pronoun? We learned about hada. Excellent. And then we learned about man, and we learned about ma, and then we learned about hamzatul istifham, particle of interrogation. Exactly, yeah. And inshallah, today we continue learning, and we will learn one more ismul ishara, that is called dhalika. Dhalika means that. As of now, inshallah, we will focus only on this meaning, because in the Quran, later you will see that it can be used as this, and also it can be used for emphasis in the Quran, but our focus is just to go step by step. So the initial thing we need to know the basics, and the basics are dhalika means that, and it is used to point to a singular human thing or animal. So it's used for singular human thing or animal, and it is used for masculine, not for feminine. Hada is also used for masculine, and dhalika is also used for masculine. And now we can see over here, dhalika baytun, that is a house. Waw means and. It is used to connect two nouns, verbs, and sentences. So if we have two nouns, we connect them, or two verbs or two sentences. In this case, we can see here, we have two sentences. Hada masjidun, this is a masjid, wa dhalika baytun, and that is a house. Okay, now please remember that waw has different types in Arabic language, around 10 to 12 being used in the Quran. So you have to pay a special attention, and you have to make sure that everything that you come across, write it down and see why we use it. So this waw is used to connect for connecting two nouns or two sentences. And then inshallah, we will learn more forms of waw, like how it is used. So harf jar bi, for example, bismillah, harf jar li, which is alhamdulillah, and similarly waw and ma. Waw and ma, 4 of them, they are very, very important, and they have multiple uses. So what you have to do, you can make a list, and in the list you can keep on like mentioning. For example, ma has around 9 types being used in the Quran, and this is just to motivate you. It's not just to discourage you, so that we need to learn all these things. Ma has 9 types. We have learned about one, ma al-istifhamiyya, that is used to ask a question. So from now onwards, from the beginning, you can make a list of waw, list of ma, and list of li, and list of bi. And inshallah, with the passage of time, you will have your own notes, and you will be able to refer back to them whenever you need to. Now, that means dhalika, and it is a definite noun. Why is it definite noun? Because when we discussed about the discussed about the capacity, we mentioned that a noun can be ma'rifa or nakira. So definite is ma'rifa, and all the demonstrative pronouns are ma'rifa. They are definite. By default, they are marfu, and dhalika is used for singular masculine. What's the meaning of dhalika? It is used for far distance. Ismul isharati lil ba'idi, demonstrative pronoun that is used for distance. Hada is used for near distance. Ismul ishara lil qarib, and dhalika is used for far distance, that is ismul ishara lil ba'id. It is written as dhalika and pronounced as dhalika, as we can see over here, and there is a hidden like alif over there. Small alif is hidden over there. That's why it is pronounced as dhalika. In some musahif, or in mushaf that we have, or the copy of the Quran that we have, in the Middle East or in subcontinent, we might find that it has both. It has fatha and it also has standing small fatha over there. So that's why it is pronounced as dhalika, as we can see over here. So this is the pronunciation. Similar to hada, as we saw that hada was also written like this, but then when we pronounce it, we prolong it for 2 seconds and we say hada. Ad-darsu athani, lesson number 2. So dhalika, as we can see that it's definite, it is masculine and it's used for singular and it is used for far distance. What do we need to remember? It is a very, very important point, and that's why we discussed all these things in detail. So what do we need to remember? My question is, what do we need to remember? Combination of definite noun, ma'rifatun, and indefinite noun, nakiratun, makes a complete nominal sentence. As we know that this is jumlatul ismiya, and that is a very, very important thing that we need to focus a lot. As I told you that jumlatul ismiya, or a nominal sentence, is all about putting 2 nouns together. So we put 2 nouns together and we get the meaning from that. And if we know the combination, that's it. Alhamdulillah, then it will be fine. So when we say dhalika, it means that. And when we say ma dhalika, what is that? Okay, now we know that dhalika is a definite noun and ma is indefinite noun. Please remember that all these particles that are used to ask questions, they are all indefinite nouns. They are all nakira. So why is it in front of dhalika? Because it's the requirement. Yeah, it's the requirement because we cannot say dhalika ma. Like in English, we cannot say that is what. So what do we have to say? What is that? So that's why we bring this indefinite noun first and we bring definite noun after that. However, the combination still, it's the same. What's the combination? Combination of definite noun and indefinite noun. So we have 2 nouns together, and that's why we have this, what is that? And that's why we get the meaning of is when we put 2 nouns together, definite and indefinite. Dhalika najmun, and what we have to do, we have to put a line over here, and between that we have to squeeze is or am. So if we can squeeze is over here, that means our sentence is complete. So we say dhalika najmun, and that is a star. Then we continue with the sentences over here. Hada masjidun, so this is nearby, that's why it is hada. Wa, and we have learned about it. Dhalika baytun, that is a house. And why we say dhalika baytun? Because this is far and this is near. So that's why we say hada masjidun and wa dhalika baytun, this is a masjid and that is a house. Hada hisanun wa dhalika himarun, this is a horse and that is a donkey. So we can see here that horse we can see is nearby. So that's why we say hada hisanun wa dhalika himarun. So this is a horse and that is a donkey. Okay. Adhalika kalbun la dhalika qittun. Okay. So why do we use it? We use it to change a regular sentence into a question, a jumlatul istifhamiyya, a sentence that is interrogative, that is used to ask a question. So we say adhalika kalbun, is that a dog? La dhalika qittun, no, that is a cat, tomcat, because it's masculine. And la is called harf al-jawab, which is used to give answer. So the answer can be yes and the answer can be no. Ma dhalika, what is that? And why do we use ma? What do we use it for? Do we use ma for humans, or do we use it for angels, or do we use it for jinns? What do we use it for? Ma. We use ma for non-living. Excellent. Ghayru aqil. Ghayru aqil means except for humans and angels and jinns, we can use it for anything else. So as we can see here that this is a bed, and of course bed is ghayru aqil. Bed does not have any aqil, or it does not have any intelligence. So that's why we say it is ghayru aqilin. Excellent. So we say, what is that? And the answer is dhalika sarirun, that is a bed. Now we have a combination of man and ma, and we have learned that man is used for humans. With regard to this lesson, it is only used for humans, as we can see here. And when we expand our learning, we will see that it is used for jinns and also it is used for al-malaika. Does anyone remember the hadith? مَن يُرِدِ اللَّهُ بِهِ خَيْرًا يُفَقِّهُ فِي الدِّينِ. Whoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to do good, He makes him understand the religion. So please try to memorize these hadith, very, very important. Man hadha, so who is this? وَمَن dhalika. There is a question, what about the plants? Plants are also غير عاقل. Except for humans and angels and jinns, the rest of the creation, when we talk about the creatures, all of the creatures are غير عاقل. So we will consider them as ma. We cannot use man for غير عاقل. Man hadha wa man dhalika. Who is this and who is that? Hadha mudarrisun wa dhalika imamun. So we have the translation over here. Who is this and who is that? And this is a teacher and that is an imam. As we can, imam means the leader, but of course when we talk about the Quran, about our prayers, we say that imam is the leader who is leading the prayers, and that's why we call him imam. Ma dhalika, what is that? And as we can see here, dhalika hajarun, that is a stone. So I think it's clear, inshallah, and it's easier. It's just the combination of two nouns, putting them together, putting ismul ishara and a common noun together. So we can say proper noun or common noun, or we can say definite and indefinite, or we can say ma'rifa and nakira. Inshallah, you will memorize all these things. And once you memorize, inshallah, you will be able to use them for the rest of your learning. So it's just one-time investment, and inshallah, I'm sure you are getting used to it. Okay, I'll come back to your question about ma, inshallah. Hadha sukkarun wa dhalika labanun. This is sugar and that is milk. Now, Lebanon is in the Quran. It has been used as milk twice. So as we can see, the verse of the Quran, anharum min Lebanin, rivers of milk. And also if you remember that after min, because min is it's a preposition. So what happens after the preposition? The noun takes kasra or kasratayn. So I'm sure, inshallah, you are focusing on that as well. Anharum min Lebanin, rivers of milk. And similarly, we have Lebanon khalisan sa'igan lisharibin. And again, we have pure and pleasant milk for those who drink. Inshallah, we will all drink it in Jannah. So we can see over here that Lebanon is used for milk here. And also we can see that Lebanon is used for milk here. However, the status is different. And inshallah, that is the most important thing that we will keep on learning with the passage of time. One thing you already know, that after min, the noun is always majroor. It takes kasra or kasratain. So you know this one. Only this thing we need to know. And inshallah, when we learn more, we will know about it. Whereas if you talk about modern standard Arabic, they use the word like halibun and for milk. But Lebanon is the base. It's the real thing. And from that, we can make different things like halib and also yogurt and the butter and cheese, everything from that. So the real word is Lebanon. And as we know that our focus is on the Quran, that's why we have to see that in the Quran, it is used as milk. The vocab, this lesson has only, as we can see here, 4 words that we can see here. So imamun means the leader. And please be careful that this is with kasra. If we read it with fatha, then the meaning will definitely change. So imam means the leader. Then we have sukkarun, that means sugar. Hajarun is stone. And Lebanon is milk. So the vocab, inshallah, we will continue with the vocab as well so that we don't forget what we are learning. Now we have examples from the Quran. So it's a very small lesson. It's only about dhalika and wow. So that's why, inshallah, we have to go straight away to the examples from the Quran. Dhalika khayrun, that is best. So we can see over here that dhalika is a proper noun or definite noun. Khayrun is a common noun or indefinite noun. And that's why when we put them together, we get the meaning over here. You might be thinking that why T is not capital and why it is best and why not the best. So we have to rely on the translators and we have to take it as it is. And also we need to remember that these are the verses, the parts of the verses that we take from the Quran. So that's why we have to translate it and use the translation as it is used in the Quran. That's why there is no need to make it capital over here. dhalika wa'dun, that is a promise. And then we have dhalika al-fawzul azim. Now, inshallah, your next target is, and all of us, first we have that small, like verses of the Quran, and now we can see that it's becoming a little bit bigger. Al-fawzu, al-azimu, the great attainment or the great success. And these are called incomplete sentences, or we call them phrases. There are only 4 phrases since we have started with the sentence. So what we will do, inshallah, when we keep on learning, we will also learn these small phrases, because these small phrases are very, very important. And if we are able to learn them, inshallah, in complete sentences or small chunks of language, they will make our learning completely easier. So this is one of the phrases. As of now, the only thing that you need to know that these are only 2 phrases, and both of them are equal. As you can see, it starts with al, it starts with al, it ends with dhamma, it ends with dhamma. Both of them are proper nouns, as we can see here, definite, and both of them are marfu'. So you have to just focus on these small things as of now. The second one, we have dhalika, yawmut taghabun. So we have yawmu, it is marfu'. And then here, this is a second construction where we can see that the first noun is light and the other noun has kasra. So these are the small chunks of language, as I said, and inshallah, with the passage of time, we will learn. And whenever we start, or whenever we are going to discuss about the new phrase, I will let you know that today we are going to focus on this phrase, and inshallah, then we will learn it. The last one, dhalika dhikra. What about dhikra? What's the status of dhikra? It does not have dhammatan. So we can see here, dhalika khayrun, dhalika wa'dun. And here we have al-fawzu al-azimu, yawmu, we have yawmu over here. No, dhikra is similar to Isa, Musa, Hada. So this is a fixed noun. How do we know it's a fixed noun? Because it ends with alif maqsura. You remember alif maqsura in the beginning of the lesson, of the first lesson I told you? So like hudan, like dhikra, bushra, so all of them, they end with alif maqsura, the short alif. Yes, short ya, excellent. And that's why we will say that both of them are marfu'. I don't really want you to just get used to dhalika khayrun, dhalika wa'dun, dhalika baytun. No, we have to change our mindset so that we get ready for everything that can happen. It's not that just we know only 2 things, dhalika, and then we know definite and indefinite noun, we put them together and that's it. No, we have to proceed further. And that's why I have decided to bring these examples from the Quran, so that we get used to different, like constructions as well. And we don't only rely on one construction. However, all of them are the same. Dhalika, 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 and dhalika. And here it is marfu, khayrun, wa'dun is marfu, al-fawzu is marfu because it has dhamma, dhammatan, dhammatan, yawmu is marfu. And here we will say that it is marfu, but we cannot see the case endings. Okay, and then we have the examples of wow. As we can see here, we have Musa wa Isa, Musa alayhi salam and Isa alayhi salam. And then we have al-laylu wan-naharu wash-shamsu wal-qamaru, the night and day and the sun and moon. Okay, now you can see over here, in English, normally what we do when we have many nouns together, we put comma, 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 and in the end we put and. But in Arabic, it's not the case. In Arabic, every noun that you want to differentiate, you have to put wow after that. And that's why the translators, instead of putting only a comma over here, for example, the day, the sun, they didn't do that. So what they did, they followed the Arabic, as we can see over here. So that's why we have to rely on the translators as of now. All right, so that's the end of the lesson. Alhamdulillah. A very small lesson. It's only about dhalika, and it's only about as we can see, wow, and both of them are very simple, inshallah, and I'm sure that they are clear. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.